Hello everyone, welcome back to Vehicles Info India. I have come back with another interesting video today. But before we start, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe so that you don't miss any of the future videos. This video will tell you about the iconic double-decker bus and its evolution. Let us first know how it all started. In India, double-decker buses were introduced in the year 1937, which was powered by horses. Later, horses were replaced by an engine, which was an integral part of a tractor pivoted to a separate and closed trailer as a passenger unit. By 1947, there were 242 of them in Bombay in total. But sadly, there are very few left to date. On one hand, BEST, that is Brihanmumbai Electric Supply and Transport, wants to reduce the number of buses due to its operational and maintenance cost. But on the other hand, the commuters and transport experts are not really happy because they feel a double-decker bus can carry more passengers than a single-decker bus, occupying the same road space, and also it has its own heritage value. However, discussions are still going on to scrap the old ones that have completed their lifespans and make all new buses. In southern India, Bangalore and Hyderabad had double-deckers for some time before the discontinuity. Chennai's Transport Corporation also had a small fleet of these buses, mainly in the high density and longer distance routes. They operated since 1975 before being discontinued. They were restarted in 1997 and again phased off completely by 2008. Kolkata and some cities in Kerala had these buses too, but even they couldn't hold on to the buses for too long due to various reasons. Ashok Leyland was the brand that pioneered in making double-deckers, and the first model that was launched was named Ashok Leyland Titan. This would have barely been possible without their support. From the chassis to the trailer, they created it all. The West Bengal Transport Department is planning to reintroduce the historic double-decker buses on city routes. Although the date has not been confirmed yet, it is very much likely to take place in the near future. 2 prototypes have been designed in-house by the Transport Department and are on their last legs to start rolling. These would initially be open-roof buses, and if the design turns out to be successful, the making of more such buses will be taken into consideration. They will be first used for tourist services, and later there will be more such buses to the fleet after making necessary alterations to the design to be used as a public transport. Apparently, a bunch of double-decker buses are going to start rolling in the streets of Bangalore as well. The Garden City also seems to be doing it primarily to enhance tourism and retain its heritage value. Another reason is the dirty traffic, which is drastically increasing, is expected to be relieved to some extent. BMTC, that is Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation, came up with this plan to help children and youths remember the glory of the city and know it better. These buses will be plying on bigger roads that are free from the metro service. If you are a Bangalorean, you could also find a red vintage double-decker bus kept at the Shantinagar bus stand as a tourist attraction. Although there are still some buses plying on a few routes in Mumbai, they are completely stopped in the other cities. Mumbai's iconic double-decker buses are most likely to go off the roads by October 2023 due to its high operating and maintenance cost, unavailability of ancillaries, and the evolving infrastructure wherein the buses can't pass through certain areas due to its abnormal height. The BEST says maintaining these gigantic vehicles has always been a challenge as it costs way more than that of a normal or single-decker bus. It's true that it carries more passengers than a single-decker bus, occupying the same amount of space on road surface, but the traffic density is not the same as it was 30-40 years ago. They ran smoothly across the city with all the liberty. They need optimum space around them to be freely maneuvered, as they need more time and space while cornering due to its unusual geometry, which they got back in those days, but it's next to impossible to get that freedom now due to the increased congestion in the cities. Well, everything has their own advantages and disadvantages, but it is safe if the double-decker buses come with a height of the existing sleeper coaches with a height of 4.2 meters. If it exceeds that height, it should be tested thoroughly before they hit the road. Double-decker buses are usually around 4.5 meters in height, but an increment of even a few centimeters can create huge problems when the bus runs at a high speed. Auto experts say intercity services of double-decker buses is not possible because their build and body behavior are suitable for a distance of 45 to 50 kilometers with a maximum speed of 40 kilometers per hour. The problem would aggravate while running around the hills, traveling from one city to another. Also, bus drivers tend to superspeed at 100 to 120 kilometers per hour on highways, and at that speed, they could be extremely dangerous for both passengers and outsiders. The center of gravity is always higher for tall buses, and the swing would affect the safety for sure. Speed and turning have always been an issue with these buses and could overturn even at a horizontal curve if not maneuvered properly. A low center of gravity adds to the stability of a vehicle, but double-deckers are less stable than single-deckers because of the raised center of gravity. As passengers fill the seats of the upper deck, the center of gravity raises and adds to instability. Now, when a bus turns at a slightly higher speed than normal, the centrifugal force due to the mass of the passengers acts to push the bus outwards from the curve of the turning radius. The bus operators usually do not allow standing on the top deck, as standing would raise the center of gravity, resulting in destabilizing and overturning. With this, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed watching this, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll come back soon with another interesting video. Until then, take care.